Hey y'all, my name is Amber Williams if you're new to my channel, and I help make self-care a priority by helping you to incorporate into your everyday routine. I'm also the owner of Sense Exchange, where we are your luxury self-care company and we're your one-stop shop for self-care. So we have candles, we have wax melts, sugar scrubs, room sprays, you name it. Again, we are your one-stop shop, and you can use our products in your self-care day. So today I'm going to be talking about why we need to normalize mental health in the Black community. And I stress this because it is not talked about at all, and we need to make this a priority as a community. So living in America as Blacks is already hard. We deal with things that we are more likely to be exposed to increase the risk of developing mental health. We deal with things like police brutality, racism, inequity, poverty, and those factors alone, we need to start coming together as a whole and as a community and knowing that these factors can increase that risk. And we need to start being able to talk about it with our friends and family. And if you need to see a therapist, I highly encourage you to start seeing a therapist too and talking about it, because if you deal with those things, it's considered in the Black community, you're considered crazy or you're considered weak, and that's not the case at all. We need to come to understanding that these are serious triggers and issues and things that people deal with, and we need to, as a community, make it a priority. Also, Black people are 20% more likely to suffer from mental health because they lack the understanding of it, and again, consider it as weakness. So it goes back to, for example, our men, where when men cry or when they show their emotion, they're considered weak. And we need to stop saying that they're weak just because they're crying or because they're showing their emotion. You want them to do that. You want them to, like if something's going on with them, you want them to be able to express it to you and also be able to talk about it. You don't want it to be something that's just bottling up inside, because again, that can cause mental health issues too. It can trigger those, having anxiety or depression because they feel like they can't talk to nobody. They're isolated by themselves, because that's another thing. And in the Black community that we do is we self-isolate or we self-medicate, and we all know those are not treatments for mental health at all. Being able to talk about it with your friends and family is a start, but again, we need to see a therapist. And I highly encourage you, if you can get, and I know a lot of people want to talk to people that look like them, so if you can find a Black therapist, great. But if you can't, find someone that you can, trust. And also, as Blacks, why don't we work towards getting more therapists in the community so that, those who want to talk to people that look like them, they can easily find someone that looks like them as well. And also, did you know 1 to 3 Black Americans will actually seek help for mental health? And that's because, again, we lack the education, we lack the willingness to seek help, and of course consider it as weakness. And it is not weak. We need to stop telling our friends and our family that they're weak or they're crazy, and they're not. Because if this is a serious issue, and me personally, I've dealt with and dealing with it now, anxiety. And granted, I have a great support system that I can talk about it, and I do have a therapist that I see it and I can talk about it too. So we need to be able to make this a priority in the Black community and understand that people need to seek help and they're not crazy. It's just something that, that they're going through, and they need to overcome it. Going to therapy doesn't make you weak. Going to therapy doesn't make you crazy. Going to therapy will actually help you talk those things out that you're going through to get you back to your normal self, so you're not dealing with depression, that you're back to yourself, and you're not dealing with anxiety issues, or you're not trying to lead to4 and things like that. So definitely talk to someone. So I'm going to also give you guys 4 self-care tips we can start this today. Number 1 is having an open dialogue. So that means, again, friends and family, be open. If one of your family members or your friends come to you and they're telling you that they're dealing with something that regarding mental health, be that open person that they can talk to. So start there as a whole community. Also, number 2, limit your access to social media. So on social media, people tend to go with what's trending, and we need to stop that. Because you can get bogged down into what's going on social media, and then you can feel some type of way. And let me just tell you, everything that happens on social media, it ain't happening. Just because it looked great in the picture doesn't mean that that's what the real life is. So you gotta stop, looking at, what others are doing on social media, and just focus on yourself. So if you can limit that access, and also make sure you're reading. That's number 3, to read. Make sure you're reading the articles that's being put out on social media. Make sure you're making sure the date is correct, because that's one thing that we lack as well. And reading out, and just go to library. You can get your library card, go get you some books, and read up on mental health itself, and know exactly what's going on, and the ins and out of mental health as well. Reading is very fundamental, and it's how you're going to get that education that you need to understand, okay, this is what my friend is going through, or this is what my family member is going through, and it's going to help you be able to be there for that person as well. And lastly, be mindful of what you put in your body. So watch what you eat, so that you are able to think correctly. So you're able to, have that high spirit. Make sure you're drinking, hydrate, drink you lots of water, so that your mindset is, because your mindset is everything. So your mindset is there, so you're able to obtain what you're reading, whether it's in a book or article. You're able to attain that and actually know everything that's going on in the mental health community. So again, living in America is already hard as Blacks. There's factors that we deal with, such as police brutality, racism, inequity, poverty, and we need to come together as a whole, so we can deal with this mental health. Also, with us being the leading factor, because we're uneducated. That's what a lot of things is. A lot of Blacks, they go off of what's trending on social media again, and they lack education. Please, I'm telling you to educate yourself on it, and please make this a top priority to be talked about within your friends and family. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. I'm really excited. I hope we can all, take the pointers in this and all put it as a priority in the community, and get this going, because again, this is something that has not been talked about, and I don't know how long. Still not talked about, but we need to get this as our top priority. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you take these pointers, and please do not forget to like and comment and subscribe below.